I've been feeling so burnt out and overworked lately. A tired mind, a sore body, not enough time to recharge. On days when I'm super burnt out, I always make an intention on a day off to let myself take it as slow as I need. Rising slowly, no phones or screens right when I wake, no expectations or pressure. This morning, I'm focused on nourishing my body and recharging my spirit by allowing space and quiet to an overstimulated mind. I think burnout is something that we all experience, especially in such a work-driven hustle culture world, and especially with the state of the US economy. I made sure to start my day with a nourishing breakfast made with intention and to express my gratitude for my meal. Gratitude is such a good practice as it allows us to acknowledge any privileges we have and to focus on the good. Returning my being to a high vibrational state starts with gratitude every single time. While I made coffee this morning, I goofed around and did some free-flowing movement and dancing to drop into my physical and release any stress and stagnancy in the body. I hope this video gives you comfort if you're also feeling burnt out from work or school. I just hope that this can be a safe space where you can gain some new tools to help you during this time. This video felt very necessary to film because it's just my current state at the moment, and I thought the best way to show up for myself would be to show up authentically and express what's really true to myself right now. I feel like that's the best way to reach others who are probably feeling the same way at the same time as me, and hopefully make someone feel less alone in these feelings that are a little bit uncomfortable. I've been feeling very burnt out for the last 2 weeks. I'm just so tired. I started back at my old job, I think 3 weeks ago now, 3 to 4 weeks ago. And although I'm so grateful to have more financial stability and be able to start paying off some of my bills that have stacked up, it has been a lot and I wasn't really expecting it. I think it's easy to take for granted when you're not working the 9 to 5. And I really miss it, but it's just not in the cards for me right now. Last week I only had 1 day off, and although my job to most people seems very easy and entry level, it's very physically demanding, and I forgot how much of a toll it takes on my body. That last week just really burnt me out, and I started to feel very down and negative about life and future things, and I think that's what the body and mind does when it feels very overworked and not taken care of. It just kind of lacks hope because you've put it through the ringer. Last week was just a lot. I didn't have much time to give to myself or my body. It was just too much for my sensitive mind. I'm already very sensitive and need a lot of alone time to feel like I'm full, and that was rough for me. Any hour that I had off, I was spending laying on the couch or in bed, taking naps, and lots of the days not being able to move because my body hurt so bad. And yeah, it was very sad. I didn't get to go outside other than work and those are things that are really non-negotiables for me and make me feel the most myself. So having those taken away for even a couple of weeks is very difficult for me. But that's where I am now. Luckily, I had 2 days off this week, so I'm feeling a little more myself. I've been making sure to spend my extra time doing things that fill me up, like taking slow walks, going down to the river, reading books, just letting myself rest, but in more fulfilling ways. So I am feeling a little bit better, but I am still tired, and I feel a little bit under the weather. My body's starting to kind of take a toll from my job, and today I just really wanted to focus on giving her a whole bunch of love. I hope this helps give you some ideas to do for yourself if you're feeling burnt out, or just gives you the reassurance that it's okay to do nothing if that's what feels good. Your body needs rest. We're not meant to work all of the time, especially with these jobs that are just used to simply pay bills in this crazy economy that we have. But I'm not going to think about that too much. This is just life, and I'm grateful to be where I'm at right now. I'm very lucky to be where I'm at right now. I just have to remind myself of those things too, even when it feels like I just want to crawl in a hole and sleep forever. There was a banana slug on my porch yesterday, and I'm going to take inspiration from him and just move so slow because there's no rush today. This is all about rest and rejuvenation. Life is just, you just always ups and downs, but I'm grateful for all of it and happy that I can share this with you guys so that you don't think I'm just this robot that lives in the woods and frolics around all the time. That's just not every day for me. That's some days, and I love those days, but I'm a human too, and I have bills to pay, and I am contributing to the workforce, even if I wish I could just be a forest fairy and build a shack in the woods. That's why I'm doing this right now, so one day I could have my beautiful cottage in the woods and live off grid and not have to rely on the modern day work grind. Today is going to be very meditative, and yeah, I just wanted to take you along and show you what a day of healing burnout is like for me. Cheers to reminding our bodies that we love them and that we're here for them. Oh. I think I could sleep forever and still be tired right now. I think the ways that I take care of myself when I'm burnt out probably seem similar to my ideal day and how I usually share my life in my videos. Just my days off are always pretty similar, but I really want to prioritize ease and non-judgment with myself when I'm feeling this way. Just a little more tired and negative. I'm just doing the best I can and putting myself in the places where I feel the best, and really just turning off my brain and closing my eyes in the sun a lot. My body is craving rest. Just whatever feels right. I packed my sun tea. I'm gonna sip on that, and some walnuts and cashews, and finish journaling because my pen ran out of ink earlier, so I didn't get to finish my entry. But I'll do that later because I don't think that's gonna benefit me right now, since my mind's feeling a little eh. But it's such a beautiful day. You're gonna have to see my cat's head because she wants to be here. She loves to watch mom talk to her phone. I thought I should mention how to deal with burnout when you're working, because it's easy to come home and rest and let yourself be a human, but while at work and going through burnout, it's extremely difficult to maintain that balance between yourself, your sole purpose, and the job you're working. Especially if your job isn't really fully in alignment with yourself, it can be really difficult to maintain that within yourself while at work. But I have a few things that I do to really set myself up for success in a job that doesn't resonate with my future goals, my purpose. So one of the things that I like to do when I'm at work, when I have a few minutes for a break or a breather, I just like to go stand outside if you're able to on your break and just sit in the sun or stand in the sun for a few minutes. I usually only have a couple minutes to do this during my shifts, but I will just walk outside when there's a break in the day, when there's not any people around, or just go somewhere where there's not that many people around, and I'll just stand in the sun and take a few deep breaths. And even this just centers me in the middle of a shift. Even if it's a little chaotic, I just like to just center myself and remind myself that I'm here. So yeah, like yesterday, I just stood in the sun, closed my eyes, and took a few deep breaths. And even that is just such a good tool to use while at work. I also love to pack a nourishing snack or lunch, and my favorite thing to do is to pack a flask of herbal tea. I can't have a shift without my herbal tea. It just gets me through it. And just having something that you love to consume, especially a drink, is just really nice to have during a shift. So I'll pack my tea in my flask, I'll have a good, healthy, nourishing snack or meal, and just take time throughout the shift to center myself. I also like to, in moments when I'm doing tasks or something, to focus more on my breath, and it just makes the job more meditative. And I think regardless of what job you do, there is little things that you can do to make it more bearable, or at least maybe even enjoy it. I can feel myself getting sick as I film this video, which is very unfortunate, and it's just like the cherry on top. Yeah, I'm already feeling burnt out, but my head is starting to feel a little bit of pressure, and my throat's starting to feel a little closed up, so that's great. I could definitely take a nap right now. I think I might take a little nap today. My husband's going to be back from work soon, and maybe we'll go down to the river together and I'll take a nap down there. I'm not sure. If not, I might just take a little nap here at the house. But yeah, it just shows that sometimes things just don't go to plan, and it's all about acceptance, just moving through it. I'm going to make myself a little lunch. Well, it's actually already pretty much made. I made my chickpea salad again with 3-cornered leeks, and some of the flowers actually bloomed on them, which is so sweet, and they're so dainty and cute, and I just wish I could shrink down to a little fairy and just climb up these little stalks of 3-cornered leeks and sit in the flowers. I always just imagine myself this big, going into little nooks and crannies and trees, But I was born big, so it's okay. I can climb big trees. But anyway, I do want to start incorporating the flowers into my meals. I've actually never ate flowers in my food. I'm kind of wary about it. I'm not sure how it's going to be, but you can eat dandelions and you can eat the flowers on the three-cornered leeks. So I'm going to start just trying that out. We'll see how it goes. I'm curious. I think for aesthetic purposes, it's very beautiful and makes it look like you're just a frolicking little fairy eating flowers and plants, but I'm curious to see if it's actually yummy, if it can be yummy. But I'm going to make my lunch and just sit outside and eat that. And the other part about healing burnout is just spending time with loved ones. So I have this little girl right here that I'm going to spend time with, and she makes my life so much more happy and fulfilling. She doesn't even know how much of an impact she has on my life and how happy she makes me. Yeah, just spending time with loved ones in a casual manner can be really fun. And just letting them know, I mean, not my cat, but my husband, just letting the people around you know that you're feeling burnt out, you don't have a lot of energy to give, but you just want to be around them. I think just letting them know that makes the stakes very low, and there's no expectations. You can just hang out in each other's company, do something very casual, like a walk or just sitting outside together, doing little crafts or something in silence. I hope this video was helpful in some way and that it wasn't just like, I feel like since I'm coming down with a little bit of sickness, I'm not sure what clips I got and if I am putting the message across how I wanted to, but regardless, I hope you've been enjoying. But anywho, I'm going to get on with my day and continue taking it easy.